you all for coming out here and being with me today on this momentous occasion. I will now be accepting questions. Anyone?
Ooh, Miss Whips.
Yes.
How does it feel to finish a project after what feels like 1,000 years?
Oh, it couldn't feel any better. I couldn't be more proud than I am of myself at this moment. It truly takes a village, except in this case, this was all me. I am extremely talented. I am extremely gifted. I'm intelligent, beautiful. All of those things came together to create the miracle you see before you today. Anyone else?
Miss Whips.
Yes.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
Will you ever finish your 100 or so projects that you have been working on?
This interview is over. First things first, I have something to confess. It is that I grabbed this shirt. Number one, it's way too tight. Very happy that this is not full body video. The other thing is that it is a Christmas shirt. See? Guess who's on the naughty list? And the best part is I could have just done the video and not told that story, and you wouldn't have known. Whatever. Hi, my name is Maggi, aka Kitchywhips, here on Flosstube and on Instagram. This is a channel all about cross stitch, and in fact, this video is WIP Parade Part 2. I didn't realize till weeks later that I hadn't done. I had, you know what? Putting the words together, calculating. I didn't realize till weeks later that I did not label my first video as WIP Parade, so a lot of people probably missed it and just, I guess they didn't want. I don't know what I'm doing. This part 2 of the WIP Parade is special. This is going to be all of my Mirabilia whips and finishes, my Nora Corbetts, all of those, because I do have a lot of those. The first part of the WIP Parade, which I will link in the comments down below, please feel free to go watch it. That is for everything else. So it's a lot of projects, and I did zip through them, and some people are like, oh, so fast. I'm sorry. I think I talk too slow. So I speed it up when I, not speed up my talking, but oh boy, this is going to be a journey today, y'all. I don't know if I'm ready for this. What I want to do in this video is show you my whips and finishes from Nora Corbett, aka Mirabilia. And then I'm kind of toying with the idea of going through some mirror patterns with you for some conversion ideas. I have a ton of conversion ideas. I do not have a ton of talent to make those a reality. Maybe somebody will see one of the ideas I had and they'll just kind of run with it. I would like to do that. I think it might be a little fun. It would also make the video a little longer, which I know some of you have been asking for. Some, not all. I'm sure a lot of you are perfectly content with the length that I talk to you on the camera. The last couple of weeks have run amok with me. I've been extremely busy, you know, end of school year with kids. There's all sorts of stuff going on. And then I got sick, which is always a pleasure. Let's start off with my newest finish. What? As my gorgeous friend Rogue Mama Stitcher kindly pointed out when I finished them, that technically it is 2 finishes. She is not wrong, and I'm claiming it now. 2 finishes. I have finished my witchy mashup of Witching Hour. Nope. Witching Hour and Spellbound. Originally, I saw this as a mashup on Facebook in one of the Nora Corbett groups, and they had stitched them basically as they're charted, just on the same piece of fabric like this. And then they added like a second stack of books. It's gorgeous. Do a search for Witching Hour in Nora Corbett Passions, one of those Facebook groups. You'll see it. It's beautiful. So this is what I did with the witches. And I really, really enjoyed this experience. This is them. It is a finish. I had originally thought to add a second stack of books over here, but I decided not to. Part of it was I just wanted to be finished. There are some beads that I left out, primarily on the owl stand. There should be red beads because he's part of Witching Hour's original pattern, but I just kind of left those off. I made Witching Hour's cup into a wine glass, and I left off Spellbound's wings just for spacing issues. I'm very much in love with it, and I'm very excited to continue to mash up patterns. I've got a lot of ideas of combos and different things. Real quick, this fabric is vampiric from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's, no, the camera's kind of washing it out, but it's very cool. Here's a question. Does anybody want these? Not necessarily to stitch them together, but I was kind of wondering if somebody out there had 2 Nora Corbetts that maybe they'd want to trade me for. I'm trying to think of who I would mash up from the Nora Corbett line. I know there's a bunch, but these are the only Bewitching Pixies I have. I don't have any of the other witches, I don't think. I don't know. Obviously, the patterns are huge. The patterns are huge. The patterns are used, but they're still readable, so I don't know. If you have 2 Noras that you're not stitching or you're finished stitching and you want to switch it for these lovely ladies, trade it out, let me know. You can reach me on Instagram at Kitchywhips. I don't know how I want to finish them yet. I will probably just take it to a professional framer. I'm not good with that sort of thing, which I really should be because it's just too expensive to frame. But I'm thinking just a black frame. I know it's thrilling. I'm not really going to do these in any specific order, but I do think I am going to show the ones that I showed in my last, the part 1 of the WIP Parade. I'll just go ahead and show them again. That way they're all in the same place. This is Lady Cat. She was the start for my birthday a couple of years ago. Whoops. That's where I've gotten there. I believe this is Creamsicle by Bestitch Me. Quite like it. I think she's gonna pop right off of that. I also think, I haven't quite decided yet, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a skin conversion on her. So then she'll be a beautiful lady with my Imperial Lady D. Speaking of which, this is my finished Lady Imperial D. This is a Nora Corbett pattern. For those that don't know, real quick, if I say it's a Nora Corbett, it's one of her smaller patterns. If I say Mirabilia, that means the big lady patterns. This was a Nora Corbett. Now she had originally ribbons that come down and wings. And I just stopped where I was. Somebody else had done this skin conversion in a Facebook group and they very sweetly shared it. So that's what I used for her, and I just left off the wings so she would look more like a lady instead of fairy, I guess you'd say, or a pixie. But I absolutely love her. I love the frame. It is just perfect, and hopefully, yeah, it's pretty dusty. This is on 28 count symphony linen from Grace Notes Fabrics, and I think that she's one of the most gorgeous color combos Nora has done. The graduation of the different color of the beads is just really fantastic. And those greens and purples, I just love her. I did add a face. I just felt like adding a face. If you're interested, I'm pretty sure her colors were 433, 434, and 436. The 430s is usually the range that I automatically reach for when I'm doing a skin conversion, just in case you'd like to know. Vila Mirabilia. This is one of the out of print ones. I was very lucky to get a copy, and I just love her big, beautiful, colorful dress. I did show this in my last episode. I want to show it again. Why? Because I love her. And I really love the fabric that she is on. This is Sunset Lantana from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. That is where I've gotten. And yes, I will probably not have enough fabric. But I'll just leave off the frame and I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's okay. Touching the Autumn Sky. Another out of print one that is so fun. Just look at that dress. There's so much going on and it's gorgeous. You can almost feel the breeze. So I have not started her, but I wanted to show you because I'm going to use this Tsunami fabric from Bestitch Me. Look at this fabric. Ooh, it's much prettier in person. That looked horrible. The modeling is a lot nicer looking than on camera. Do you ever notice, like, if you put it up, it looks really good, and then a second layer, the light changes on the camera, and then it's like, oh no, that's wrong. It's probably just me. There we go. That's better. I think it's gonna be good. Aphrodite Mermaid. I do love her. I love her blue colors. I love that she's topless. I love that I had no clue that was a shell till like months after I'd started her. I thought it was part of her tail. But no, that is her tail. And that is a shell. And the more I'm looking at it, the more it's really obvious that's what it is. I've got quite a bit done on her tail. And I'm just using the called for Zweigart fabric. Wait, no. Zweigart? Witchell, right? What? Sorry about that, Witchell, who prints Mirabilia patterns. It's not Zweigart, it's Witchell. Mama needs some sleep. I was gonna say this might be one that I pick up relatively soon, just because I do have so much on her tail. I've been on a journey lately, y'all. Have you seen my Instagram? I'm trying to be monogamous with my stitching. Because the reality is that the hobby for me is stitching and looking at pretty colors. Not so much necessarily the finishing. However, I do like to finish things and I like to have stuff on my wall. In order to do that, I'm gonna have to be monogamous. And every time I try to post about it, my phone tries to autocorrect monogamous to monotonous. And they're not that far off. It is paying off. This is my mermaid. She is on 28 count Giocoso linen by Grace Notes Fabrics. I would like to get her finished before their retreat, but we will see. Look how far I've gotten, y'all. Isn't she pretty? Yesterday I did this little seahorse over here. Over the weekend I did her skin. I don't do 1/1 skin, it's just 2/2 because I am lazy and I just want to get it done. I have so many projects that are a good far bit in like she is. That makes sense. There's something to be said. I would like to start concentrating on the projects that I have a lot done on to maybe get some more finishes in. We'll see. Maybe the next time I come on here, I'll say I'm just starting everything and finishing nothing. Who knows? Here's my Junebug. She is wonderful and I love her forever. I've got her on Vivace. I don't know how to say that. Sorry. Fabric from Grace Notes Fabrics. This was a fabric of the month. It is now available on their website. I highly recommend this color. It's just gorgeous. And I finished her extremely fast because I was just in love. Her colors, the shape, her cutie hair, if you want, I've always said it, if you want to stitch a Nora Corbett, hey Bert, if you are interested in trying a Mirabilia, but you're not sure, start with a Nora Corbett. They're purposely somewhat more simple and smaller to get you in the door. Like that's the whole point of the line. Junebug is a part of that smaller line, so she doesn't cost a lot in terms of materials. It's, I think, all DMC with some beads and some Krynic here and there. There's one treasure on there. She's an absolute joy to stitch. I loved her, and I tell everybody to stitch her. And a few people have, and she's just as gorgeous. She's just as gorgeous under their needle as she was under mine, and I will tell everybody should have her. This is Aquarius, Nora Corbett. I did it again. Oh, don't tell Nora I did that, Corbett. This is one of her Zodiac girls. I do not have an Aquarius. I am not an Aquarius, but look at this. That Art Deco style, that gorgeous dark skin, that amazing hair. Look at the beads going down her back. So pretty. This is another one that I just used the called for, just to make it simple, and I liked actually these colors on the called for. So I didn't go bonkers with the fabric. Isn't she beautiful? This is one that'll probably go higher on the list to get finished. Because basic, I've just got her, the water at the bottom and her hair headpiece thingy. Okay, y'all. I need help. The Baker's Wife. This is one of my all-time favorite patterns that Nora has ever created. I love the Antoinette aesthetic. That pink with those blues, greens, doesn't matter. It's amazing. I talked about this in my Mirabelia movie. I just can't do it. When I made that Mirabilia video. I will link it down below in case you would like to watch it. You'll see a lot of the same projects, but I also go through every single pattern that I've got, and I tell some quite humorous stories. I think, thank you very much. But this was the first Mira that I saw that I said, oh no, I get it. I need to stitch this. I started it during the pandemic. This was before I'd gotten into hand-dyed linens or even was really stitching on linen. I was very much still an Ada stitcher. And so I just stitched her on what I felt comfortable stitching on, which is fine. I got this touch of pink. Yeah, that's a pretty good representation. It kind of washes out, but it is like pink. This is the funny thing, the memories. So when I started stitching her, I did not have needle minders. I didn't even know what needle minders were. Like, they weren't really on my radar. I stitched her like I had stitched since the 80s. I would have the pattern like on the bed, and then I would do a stitch and look down, do a stitch and look down. I wouldn't even like mark my place in the pattern, y'all. I would just look down and figure out like where I was. And for those of you that have seen a Mirabilia pattern, how did I do that? There's a reason things get created. Needle minders are a must for me. You put your pattern right on there. I don't got to look down and do that. How did I do that? But look how much is done. There you go. Look at my Christmas shirt. Yeah. As you can see, I've got a lot done. There's a lot to go, but I mean, that is a huge chunk of dress. Here's my quandary, y'all. You know, I have found my niche, which is bright bonkers fabrics for the most part. I'm thinking about starting her over on a super bright linen. What do you think? There's memories associated with this, but I can keep the memories in my head. Do I want to start over? Tell me in the comments below, please. Start over, finish what you got, Baker's Wife, what should I do? Tell me what to do. Santa's Magic. He is on Relic linen from Picture This Plus. He's a big boy. I don't know if my fabric's big enough. I know that drives y'all crazy. I picked him up last fall. I think got quite a bit done. I got that bottom mitten done. I think that's the one on the bottom. Maybe that's the one on top. I don't know. There we go. Thank you, fabric. That's another one that if I just sat down and did it, he would probably be done. I'm kind of a little afraid because when I kitted him up during the pandemic, number 4 chronic braid was very difficult to find, so I kitted him up with all number 8s. And number 8s is like stitching with twine. It's not that fun. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I really don't want to rebuy all that chronic. This was a newish start that I have not done much on. This is my Christmas Elegance. And I really just wanted to start her because my fabric of the month from Grace Notes Fabrics came in. This is accidental. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, that is no accident. That is gorgeous. And I have to stitch her on it. That's like her glove on the bottom. But I think she's going to be stunning on this. The modeling's going to be beautiful with all those stars in the sky. She's going to be gorgeous. I think this one also is going to go on my short list to stitch right away. Try and finish. This is Golden Girl Apple. Apples. Yep, there's more than one. Golden Girl Apples. This is not one that you see stitched very often, which is a shame because it's bright and it's sunny and it's fun and different. I love that. I love seeing the progression of designers. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they may still be designing like the same genre of things, so to speak, same subjects, but they are different. And it all depends on where you're at in your life as an artist, just in your normal day-to-day life and how that can affect what you create and how that can change, and as you grow and mature, how that changes. First Mirabilia pattern came out in the 90s, y'all. The 90s. I don't think people really get how long Nora's been doing this. So to see that progression of artist change, I just really dig it. This is where I'm at on her. This is a printed fabric from Fabric Flair. It's called Wood. I got it because I thought she would look like she's on the box, like a label on a box, on a cart. Great. I'm pretty sure her dress is just about done. The top part of her body is almost complete, and then it's her legs, and then obviously that background's like full coverage. I'm hoping she'll... Did you see that? Did you see me just smack myself in the face with the barefoot needle art tag? Wow, the disrespect for my own stitching. This is Queen Anne's Lace. This was originally a magazine pattern that you can now buy. I'm using the same fabric for her as I did for my Junebug. I started this as part of Memphis Sarah E's birthday sale last year. This year? When was that, Sarah? This is what I've got done. Just her little outline of the skirt. Not a lot there, but she is fully kitted and ready to be stitched. I do think she's super cute, so I would like to, stitch it. Y'all are going to be amazed when you see my progress on V. This is the Nora Corbett. 3 times, y'all. 3 times that's happened. Nora Corbett. 4! Corbett. This is one that I picked for a friend of ours whose wife had a baby, and I decided to stitch that for their beautiful new baby. Now you're going to ask yourself, why is this not done? You're so close. And to that I say, I don't know. Can you see it? That's that stitch right there. And a hair. We are winning at life today, folks. And I even like went fancy. I got the crescent colors that it calls for. That to me is fancy. Because I just use DMC. I don't really get like the Colorworks and the fun hand-dyed silks. I don't know why. That baby is now 2, by the way. Princess Eliana. I am not this organized. I bought it from someone who decided they weren't going to stitch her after all. I had previously started her on a peaceful purple fabric, which is the called for. And then this fabric of the month came in from Fiberlicious, and I was like, oh no, I'm starting over. The fabric is April Showers Bring May Flowers. I am absolutely in love with it. Yes, it will be a tight fit on my fabric. I do want to pick her up again once this Mermaid's finished. I roll my eyes like I'm not enjoying stitching. I'm enjoying it. Which reminds me, I need to give my previous start to Fiber Arts Amy. She said she wanted it, so I'm going to send it to her and see what she could do with it. This is Day Nymph. This is part of our hashtag NymphSow. Nadine and Carolyn Stitches. Carolyn's finished because she's amazing. I'm almost finished, but I did a skin conversion, and instead of doing the charted hair, I tried to do my own thing. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to frog it and just do as charted. It'll be faster, easier, and I am not a designer. I don't know how to chart things well. I also can't draw. And she's so close to being finished. It's just a shame that she's sitting there. Maybe I'll be nice and put her on a short list so she can get finished. This one is not a start, but I've kind of got her paired with fabrics, and I just want to show y'all. This is the Fairy Moon. Number 1, conversion idea. I think she would make a really cool Sarah from the Labyrinth, the movie. I figure you can leave off her wings if you wanted, because this dress just kind of reminds me, obviously it's not a spot-on recreation of Sarah's dress, which you could kind of mess with it if you wanted to do it, but I think it would work just fine. You could even change these colors to this more neutrals, so it looks more like an all-white dress like in the movie, and just drop the wings. And I also think this moon would be cool if you could do like a labyrinth maze in it, so she's looking at the labyrinth. It's just an homage is what I call them. For her, I've got this Silver Moon fabric from Fiberlicious. This was the fabric of the month back in February. I'm just going to bring it up. I think she would look beautiful on this. I also have this piece of something. I don't know what this is, but it's got stars on it. So I don't know. That might be kind of fun. Might be too much. Who knows? I think actually, yeah, I'm just going to use this. I think that would be the best. I've not decided if I'm going to stitch her as charted or try to do a labyrinth homage yet. I don't really know. This is Floral Dream. This is a Corbett. I love this. Gotten a small start on her blanket. And this is, I believe it's Bahama Mama from Under the Sea fabric. This is another one that I've not started yet, but this rolls back around to the mashups. It's Anna and Emmy, and it's because I'm going to do them like this so that she's like shooting at that apple. I just get hilarious. And I also love it because look at this cat. This cat's like, what? I just need to find the fabric that will work for them. I was kind of thinking to dig into these orangey reds, but I don't know. This is Garden Prelude. This is Queen Crepe Myrtle from Fiberlicious. That's where I am so far. Flowers in one window and the start of her dress. I would like to get that one done this year. I got really excited for a moment thinking that I was finished, and then I thought, wow, that was great. I'm like almost done. That doesn't seem like a lot. And then I found the other box. All right, we're almost done. Miss Spider, one of the Fluttering Fashions, which I just love these. I think they're so cute. But her wings is what drew me in. Her wing, like this whole area here, I love her hair and her collar and these incredible spiderweb beaded wings. I am changing her up a little bit, only because she looked and felt very Tim Burton-esque to me, like Wednesday from the show Wednesday. And I got this amazing fabric from Grace Notes. As soon as I saw the fabric, I was like, oh, I'm gonna dig out my spider. Look at that. I've gotten quite a bit done on her. As you can see, I'm changing the dress a little bit. We'll see if my idea works. I'm thinking about just filling in the dress to make it look like a big poofy skirt. Just because, I don't know, it just makes it look a little, just felt very whimsical to do that. We'll see if it works. Bluebell. She's unfortunately out of print. This is another Grace Notes fabric. She is almost finished. She's definitely going up very high on the next list after my Mermaid. Isn't she beautiful? Obviously, I did a skin conversion, which I am extremely happy with. I love it. I've got a bunch of wings, which are all chronic, and then her little like bluebelly thing she's holding, and finish her hair. But yeah, I am in love with her. And this dress is nuts. Look at the movement and the shading in there. Oof, I love it. I really have been wanting to stitch a lot of the Nora Corbetts versus the Mirabilia lately, only because since the Corbetts are smaller, like you get them done so much faster, in theory. I really love to focus on doing a bunch of Corbetts. This is Persephone, and I'm not sure why it took me so long to not only get the pattern, but to stitch this. Look at those colors. Absolutely insane. And my fabric, I'm so in love. This is Maldives from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. This is where I am at. Very, very happy with my progress. And in order to tackle this dress, which is a lot of the same colors, I'm gonna try to jump around a little bit so I don't lose my joie de vivre. I don't even think I said that right. I'd love to get her done, man. I'm absolutely in love with her on this fabric. Titania, Queen of the Fairies. This is where I am at. She's gonna go higher in the pile too because I would like to get her done for my child. I showed her last time, but I'm gonna show her again because I fixed my mistake. This is at the Met. She's gorgeous as she is, but I am stitching her as Tiana from Princess and the Frog. This is my homage, so she's not gonna look cartoony, for lack of a better word, but it's gonna be like, you know, an homage to Tiana's palace. My inspiration is the musical number Almost There in the movie, where there's a fantasy sequence of Tiana walking around her fancy restaurant wearing a beautiful white dress. And that's what I'm going for with this, with my conversion. I think in the last video, I was saying how I had messed up. I had started the dress, the bottom of the dress, and messed up. I went ahead and was a good girl and frogged it and redid it. So now I'm fine, yay. I also, because I had to frog this. So I frogged this and restitch it, I frogged this and restitched it. So now I'm fine. The fabric I think is perfect. It's called Fall in Love from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. It's an ombre fabric. But as you can see, it's perfect for Almost There, for the color scheme in the movie. And I'm just very excited to see where this goes and to continue it. I would love to have it finished by October so I could take her to the Queen City Stitch Retreat. I mean, I guess I could take her even if she's not finished, but I want her finished. Last but not least, pretty sure this is the last one. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. We're gonna say she's the last one. Madonna of the Garden. I keep wanting to say from Mirabilia. The whole video is just the same designer. I can't keep anything straight. I love these bright, juicy colors. I picked a bright, juicy fabric. This is Euphoria from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. This one is available on the website. It was not a fabric of the month. And it is bright as the sun. So as you can see, I did not start it centered. And the reason for that is because I really wanted to get as much of this yellow in as I could to be like the sun coming through the archway there. I'm very excited to get to the bottom and see how she looks, because most of the, I mean, it's almost full coverage down here, but I'm okay losing some of that color because I'm hoping that with the bottom of the pattern having all those oranges and yellows and reds, that it's just really gonna stand out. We'll see. I am still using my diaper box from a year ago. Has he always been in size 6? Good Lord. I'm not gonna go through all of my patterns again, but I would like to talk about some ideas that I had. I've talked about this one before. This is Lavender Mist. It's one of the newer patterns. I think she would be really awesome as some sort of witch. She could be holding a skull or a apothecary bottle thingy or something in this hand, and she's doing a spell with a book in her lap, or I don't know. She could be, you could do like an Elsa, like a Disney. Funny enough, a lot of my ideas are Disney. But yeah, because look at her, like, I don't know. I kind of think you could, because this would translate as like icicles and stuff pretty easily. I don't know, that could be nice. The Rose of Sharon. This is out of print. I want to stitch this as a gothic romance heroine. Black dress like she's in mourning for what? We don't know. She's mysterious. All of this needs to be creepy creep, with maybe even changing this face to where it's more like, you know, a gargoyle. I just mean angry, because I don't have the talent to change that. But yeah, change this, and she's, you know what I'm saying, right? Like those gothic romance movies. The mysterious woman is out in the garden. Mysterious lady with a terrible secret. A few people have changed the Raven Queen to Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. And someone in the conversion group changed her to Charlize Theron's character from those Snow White movies. It is awesome. If you're not in the Mirabilia full conversion group on Facebook, join it. You are going to see so much eye candy. This is not my idea. It's Fiber Arts Amy's idea, but I want to steal it. And the reason why I want to steal it is because I don't need to stitch this one myself. This was a rescue. And do you even want to know what I paid for it? It is dusty, sorry. I don't really feel the need to stitch this one as charted for myself. Fiber Arts Amy idea is to stitch these as the 3 good fairies from Sleeping Beauty, the Disney version. So, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. I think that is an amazing idea. I'm gonna say that's Merryweather. So she would be blue Fauna is the green one. So you could use these greens here. You wouldn't even need to change the colors for that one. And then in the middle, of course, would be Flora, the pink one, the red one. Other than changing maybe hair color, like I would just leave it like it is. It's an homage. But I love that idea. Everybody steal it from Fiber Arts, Amy. I just wanted to show off my finish of Renaissance Mermaid. This was the first Mirabilia I finished. And I would recommend her for sure. I feel like she stitches up very fast because she's big, but she's long. She's not wide. If you like mermaids, if you like sparkle, look how beautiful she is. Oh, that face. Give her a try for sure. Do you think this would be kind of cool if you somehow fixed it with her hand over her face, like an angel from Doctor Who? It's even got like TARDIS colors down there. Random tip, if you're interested in Mirabilia, but you're just not sure, if you see one that you sort of like the look for, do a search for it on Instagram or even in the Facebook Mirabilia groups, because when you see these stitched, it makes a world of difference. There's a reason why I have so many patterns, because I'm like, oh, I don't really care for that one. It's fine. You know, I won't get it. And then I see it stitched and it blows my mind. And then I'm like, oh, I got to stitch it. So this is one of them. This is the Seaside Kingdom that I recently looked up on. I mean, I don't have a beach house and I don't live near the beach and I don't, you know, I don't have a beach theme in my bathroom. But I saw this stitched and it is stunning. Some of my ideas, I don't have the patterns handy for to tell you. Why would I plan things out? So this will be the last one, Roses of Provence. I really want to stitch this one, and it's the dress. It's those pinky stripes and these purple flowers. I just think it's gorgeous, but I would also like to stitch her as the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. I think that she would be amazing because you could pull in the roses being painted red here, change this, maybe black stripes or even red stripes with, well, it'd be red flowers on the dress, maybe black and white stripes there. I don't know. I just really think you could come up with something super cool. If I find the patterns for the others, I will just add that in another video because I think we did it, y'all. This video might be a little bit longer than normal. I will hopefully have a mermaid finished sooner rather than later. I've got a few secret projects that I need to work on and get finished. And I also have a couple of projects that I promised for some friends that I need to get done. Hopefully there will not be another delay like this time. Summer is upon us, so we will see what happens, but we should be good to go. I love spending time with y'all. Thank you for spending time with me. I really appreciate your time, your subscribes, your likes, your comments. Please do all of that if you wish to. Drop a comment down below. Tell me, I don't know, anything. Do you have a favorite Mirabilia? Have you ever stitched one? Some of y'all I know have stitched way more than I have. I can't think of anything else. See you soon.